Welcome to the second part of the last night of the Proms. The BBC Symphony Orchestra and Chorus and BBC singers and Chief Conductor Leonard Slatkin will all soon be on stage. Television and radio, interactive television and the internet are linking us up to millions of people around the world. Presenters from the United States, from Denmark, Norway, Germany and Japan, all here with us in the Royal Albert Hall. We're celebrating the end of another successful season of the world's greatest music festival, 73 concerts in 8 weeks. And for this final celebration, we're joined by the Park Promers. I've just been given the figures. There are 40,000 in Hyde Park, just across the road, who've been enjoying a glorious late summer evening. Over 5,000 in Belfast, in the grounds of the City Hall, the first time the Proms have been hosted there. And 2,000 have been in party mood in Gateshead's Baltic Square, next to the stunning new Millennium Bridge. All of this is being relayed on the big screens, everyone getting ready for the big sing. And we start this second half with a visit to one of the parks. Over in Hyde Park, Leslie Garrett and Jose Cura are topping the bill. And here they are in celebration mood with the drinking song from Verdi's La Traviata.
Viviamo negli lieti coniugi e la bellezza infiora quella fuggevol ora s'inebria voluta libiano dolci fremiti che suscita l'amore poiché quell'occhio al cuore onnipotente va. Amore, amore, fra i calici più caldi baci avrà. Tra voi saprò dividere il demonio giocondo. Tutto è follia, follia del mondo, ciò che non è piacer. Odio fugace rapido, il godio dell'amore, il fior che nasce e muore, né più si può goder. Godiam, cindita, cindita il cuore ad accetto lusignier.
The drinking song from La Traviata by Verdi, sung by Leslie Garrett and Jose Cura, with the BBC Concert Orchestra, conducted by Robin Stapleton. But now in the Royal Albert Hall, we pay homage to the man who made all of this happen, the ceremony of the placing of the wreath or chaplet on the bust of Sir Henry Wood, who founded the Proms more than a century ago. The wreath layers are selected from the promenaders. Doing the honours this year are David Hooper and David Williams. Throughout the season, the Promers have been raising money for musical charities. This year, they've raised an enormous amount £28,000. That's £10,000 up on last year. David Cooper first came to the Proms 16 years ago. He likes to stand, I'm told, at the back of the arena. David Williams first came to the Proms when he was 7 with his father, and he's prommed regularly since then. And here's Leonard Slatkin to start this half of the last night with Elgar's Pomp and Circumstance March #1. this tune that comes once in a lifetime, Land of Hope and Glory. One of the biggest choirs singing it here ever. 50,000 people between the hall here and the parks. For those of you who like to know these things, that tune has been heard at the Proms 126 times. Well, our royal music continues now with the anthem that Hubert Parry wrote for the coronation of Edward VII. I Was Glad, a magnificent work, the double choir setting words from Psalm 122. combined voices of the BBC Singers and the BBC Symphony Chorus, the chorus master Stephen Jackson, with I Was Glad by Parry. Leonard Slatkin conducting the BBC Symphony Orchestra.
Thank you all very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good, we're off on the right foot here, that's fine. This is the 108th season of the Henry Wood Promenade Concerts. We're here to celebrate the conclusion of the season. Now, during the course of this year, there have been several themes that have run through these proms. Spain was one of them. There were many others, but probably the most important were the 100th anniversaries of the births of two composers. Now, even in a season like this, which is lengthy, the sad thing is we can't celebrate every one of those composers. I, for one, really missed not playing one note by a composer born in 1902 named Gaston Brenta, as particularly his piece, the variations on the Congolese theme. And I know that there are many of you who truly regretted not hearing the major opus of the great Russian composer Vasiron Yakovlev-Shebalin, his dramatic symphony Lenin. But we did celebrate two wonderful composers, Sir William Walton and Richard Rodgers. Now, there are few composers who I can think of who are more different in their approach to music. I mean, after all, I'm not really sure that Sir William ever wrote a Broadway musical, and I know that Richard Rodgers never wrote a dramatic biblical oratorio. We have had Walton on the first part, and now it's time to turn to Mr. Rodgers. And we begin with something that's a bit of a rarity. This is a waltz that occurs in a musical written for television, Cinderella, and it's the moment when Cinderella meets the prince at the ball.